welcome to Hashtag Adya Singh and to the third episode of the Human Book series. For today's Human Book is Professor Gaurav Raval, who has worked with various institutions in Indore as an assistant professor and professor. He has several papers and publications. Also, he has been a trainer and guest speaker for the topic cyber safety and awareness in around 100 organizations. He has earned name and prominence in the police department for his unmatched skill to solve cyber safety issues through his training sessions and has been spreading awareness through and through for all police personnel and civil society. It's an honor to have you, sir. Welcome to my show.
Thank you, Adya. Thank you.
Okay, so to start off with, it's an academically rich profile laced with your contribution in the field of cyber safety. Now, there's so many facets. How would you like to introduce yourself, Professor Gaurav, to our viewers?
See, after spending so many years in the field of IT, I started my career as an IT professional in the year 1999. Since then, to till the date, I am just trying to learn more and more tools and techniques as a IT professional or as a technocrat. So later I joined the academics and then started teaching in higher education. So more than 15 years I'm teaching, and still I'm taking guest lectures in various institutions and in the here at DAVV also. Then since 2012 13, I met a person who was taking care a police training institute as a director, and he is an IPS, none other than Mr. Varun Kapoor. So he was my director at that time, and he was holding the post of IG and police radio training school. So once I met him, so I impressed with his vision in the year 2011 12 regarding this new threats of crime, that is something known as white collar crime or cyber crime. So I had a very serious discussion with him, and he said, being a professor, I need and we need, our force need a people like you to come out of the box, and besides the traditional teaching methodology, at least you should aware and take lectures here also. So to handle all the cyber crime and its various threats all over the India, the government of India started the state cyber cell in each district. But still, we found that there is a lack of awareness among the police personnel also, as well as the society regarding this new threat. So he took an initiative and make a think tank in the year 2012-13. And I am happy and privileged and feel honored that I was a part of that think tank. And I started assisting him to start the cyber awareness sessions in various schools and colleges and organizations. So because I belongs to the computer science, so he took initiative not only to spread awareness among the society, but for his force also. So he introduced various courses in police radio training school, like state level cyber crime prevention program for the state police, as well as the all India other paramilitary forces also, like ASF, BSF, Jammu police, Himachal police, Bangalore police, Delhi police, whereby the higher officials of this police personnel used to come to our place for 7, 8 or 3 days for a cybercrime capsule program. And the people like me from the academics and who are indulging so many years in the field of IT used to teach them the basics of that cyber forensic, like IP addresses, like MAC addresses, like how the various routers and then firewalls and other networks are working in this cyberspace. So we started our journey. So I myself consider as a trainer. So soon I had a word with one of my professor. He said, you are not teacher, no more teacher now, or no more trainer. I said, no, was a master. I am still master, and I will be the master, and teaching the students and but only thing is that this time I'm teaching to, instead of that the various colleges, I'm teaching to a police training college. So, and in my name there is a master. After the master, a trainer is also added. So now I'm myself consider as a that being a trainer. So it's my job to train the, even not only the paramilitary forces but the society as a whole, because this threat is now the recent report of cybercrime is also stated that it increases worldwide during or amid this COVID pandemic 630%. So you can imagine that how big this figure is, 630%. So each and every stakeholder of society must have take the initiative. So that is why we are working. So I myself consider as a now more instead of the teacher or traditional faculty, I'm a faculty of cyber security awareness and cyber forensic. So this is my journey, how I started.
It's great to hear that, and it's very obvious that a good teacher is always a great learner. And indeed, your contribution to academics and cyber awareness is tremendous. You have just told about your journey in cyber awareness. How it started is a thing which I'd like to know. Which should I really want to know that some case in which you felt that you actually saved the humankind.
See, especially now the people are considering me as a instructor or as a trainer or so-called a little bit skilled person as far as the cyber crime and its prevention is concerned. So I contributed to as in two ways. Once I contributed since 2019, I am just giving teaching to the local police force here at Indore. We have 41 police station. So we designed and developed a course that is something called cyber crime capsule course of 18 hours for each police station. So within a 6-7 month of a stipulated time, we try to train more than 25 to 30 police station in the city. Another contribution I felt that the society in the my students fraternity, many people used to call me, and then especially in the financial fraud, you know that in the financial fraud the time is the main constant. If timely you report to the bank's concerned bank, so and timely you report it to the various law enforcement agency, we could have block or seize your valuable money which is somehow stolen or cheated by these cyber criminals or frauds. So many a time I just wish to recall one incident in the first pandemic, in the April 2020. One fine day I got a call from one girl like you, and she was calling from Jabalpur here at Madhya Pradesh. And she called me, sir, I attended one of your seminar here at our DAVV campus, and I am residing here due to lockdown. I am in my native place, Jabalpur, though I am studying in Indore in Devi Ahilya University. And she called that I am at an cyber fraud, that I called search one number for my pet or veterinary doctor on Google, and unfortunately two number flashes over there. So I just searched that veterinary doctor at Jabalpur, and this two landline I called up, nobody could pick the phone. But after 2-3 minutes, I got a call from one person who was claiming that he is from that agency, and they are just sending us a veterinary doctor or their consultant. So to which she has to fill one Google form, and he provided one Google link to that girl, and unfortunately she filled that Google form. It was a phishing attack, and she all entered all her financial credential, like her debit card number and then CVV number and password and the expiry date of the card also. And after filling that, and he in, instituted her and forced her to only credit only 10 rupees. Then after that, when the consultant will come, and then you supposed to give the full fees for that observing or that investigating the condition of her pet. But unfortunately, after doing this, she got 3 messages that in her account 20,000 for each transaction, and more than 60,000 withdrawal from her account. And she was helpless, and she could not find the way that where to reach, because it was a first lockdown period, or we all were stuck at home, and all the police force were on the fields, deploy on the fields, few of them just taking care of the greenhouses, then quarantine centers, and making the people the boundaries of the district sealed. So she rushed to the police station, but she could not get any help. And now then she recalled my name and my number somehow, and she called me. Then I told her that this case was taken care by your Jabalpur cyber cell. So I tried my level, my best, and then I called here at an Indore cyber cell and got the number of one lady police inspector at Jabalpur. And I requested her that, madam, that girl was very worried, and because she is the alone child, and her mother is taking care of her, and there are more than 60,000 withdrawal with the cyber criminal due to this way. Then very next day, I requested her to go and meet madam, and she reported timely. And after 15 days, she called me that, sir, because of your called from 2 places, her amount was seized or blocked. So she recovered 45,000 out of 60,000. So I thought that this is the awareness whereby we supposed to give. But I am the only person she knows, because I am here at Indore. I have conducted more than 60 plus webinars in various colleges and institutions and universities. But we need more people and more awareness sessions like this. So whereby the common people or laymen, or they are not so technocrat, they will also get help. So that is why we are running a program called Uttishta Bharata, and we are just giving to cyber awareness to each and every stakeholder of the society. So this is this is very small contribution, but yeah, and this is the 2-3 more cases I can introduce, but due to lack of time, I just recall this call because it is quite remembering me, because that girl was also so young. She was studying in maybe in first year or second year in college. So this is how we are contributing.
I mean, contribution is always great. And yes, such cases of cyber crimes or thefts keep popping up. Even I have heard of one such case where an army officer's wife, hackers just emptied a account. It's just a thing which is quite normal as a crime in such days in this cyber-driven world. Which leads to me with my next question, which is we're in the world of social media and technology. So, what is your message to the cyber-driven youth?
See, for message for all the people who are using not only Javenial or other people also. See, one thing, something called is footprints. Means if you are moving out from your house, you always have your footprints on the roads, on the places, your fingerprints. The same case in the digital world also. If you are logging with your any login IDs, whether it is a social ID or a financial transaction, you always remain few IP address is your digital footprint. If I'm logging with Google, so my Google ID is my footprint, my password is my footprint. Another thing is that through which IP address, my internet service provider's IP address is my digital footprints. My history is my digital footprints. The various sites I have visited, the various the documents or the contents I have downloaded, this is something called my footprints or digital footprints. And especially in the case of digital footprints, it will be never ever removed or vanished completely. One or another server may have the copy of it, And you will be, if you are just downloading something which is not supposed to download, or surfing something which is not supposed to surf, maybe one or another security or law enforcement agency may caught you and you will be in trouble. So my message is to the all young buzzes: try to make your digital footprint as much as good. So try to access only the relevant websites, which is actually important to search. Another thing is that be techno savvy. Do not entertain the unsolicited mail or links. Do not click on that. They are trap. You will be in trouble. They may you may maintain a financial loss as well as your social reputation also in some cases. If you are visiting the social sites, there are two, three things. First, you have to make all your profiles private. Like in the case of Facebook, you have to lock your profile. In the case of Instagram, you have to make your profile private. To use all this social credential, use two-factor authentication, always enable with your ID. In the WhatsApp, it is two-factor verification. It is in the Facebook, it is two-factor authentication. What actually it is? See, one factor is your password of your ID. That is one factor. Another factor is if you enable that two-factor verification or authentication, there may be one OTP will come on your mobile. So until unless your mobile is not keeping, or somebody is not possessing your mobile, may not access your account. So please enable two-factor authentication. Third thing I would like to draw light on: make your password as much as strong. Now, if I'm telling the strong password, so there are few criteria that you have to make your password alphanumeric. You must use the special character in your password. You have to keep in mind that in your password there must be a uppercase and lowercase if you are using the alphabet, and minimum 8-digit character. Still, if your password is alphanumeric, it will be cracked in 2 to 3 hours. If your password is alphanumeric plus special character, it will be also cracked within 7 to 8 hours. If your password is so-called strong, that is alphanumeric, combination of alphanumeric plus special character plus uppercase, lowercase, and plus minimum 8-digit, then also it will be cracked within 30 days. Because nowadays there's no one sitting at home and try to make the guessing of your password. There are software available, paid and free versions also, through which these cyber criminals are try to get your passwords within 30 days, because that software may apply various permutation combination. So what to do in that case? It means your password is no more safe. Exactly. So to avoid this situation, you have to renew your password within every 30 days. Means you have to keep in mind, if I have one ID, I have to make 12 password, one password for each month. Every month, without any hedge, without any hesitation, without any second thinking, I have to change my password. And last, please report or call to the right person for particular cyber crime, if you are met in crime or any cyber fraud. So I wish to include one thing, because Ministry of Home Affairs or central government started one facility of online support for cyber. There are two ways. One is we have cyber helpline portal also, that is something known as www.cybercrime.gov.in. Another thing is we introduced 4 months back and cyber helpline telephone number. That number is 155260. So everyone who belongs to India, they may call that number. This 155260 helpline number first 4 months back started as a pilot project in New Delhi. Then after the success of this venture, that government started in more 4 states here at India. That is now Uttar Pradesh, besides Delhi, Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, and Chhattisgarh also they started this 155260. So everybody who is just far from that police station or crime branch office or cyber cell police station, they may get online help through telephone also, through with the single call or through login with the cybercrime central helpline portal, that is www.cybercrime.gov.in. So this is my message to all young buds. So be safe, be informed, and be vigilant. And try to make your all operating system up to date, means use genuine or registered licensed version of software instead of using pirated software. So that is my message.
So these were the precious advice to all of us. Let's follow them and be safe. Thank you so much, sir, for enlightening us. It was great having you on my show. As I said in the beginning, it's my honor, and it's just great. It's you raised so much of consciousness. You proved that how much contribution one should make, and at least for themselves, is so great to hear that. And that was all. It was amazing to learn because learning never stops. Thank you so much.
I would also, I wish like to congratulate you, Adya, that you took a very great initiative and that human book series, and I am my well wishes and my blessings with you, that you may get the heights as much as you can in your life. And being citizens of India and being an adolescent and youngster, you are doing a great job to interact with various peoples and come up with this new idea in the platform, and give them a chance also to introduce with the whole world. So thank you so very much for providing me also and adding me as a part of your show. Thank you so very much. All the best. May God bless you.
That's all my honor. Thank you so very much.